Alrighty, everyone, welcome in, welcome in. Get everyone situated real quick. Sorry, I know I kind of started later than most, but I feel like it's better for the stream, the VOD in a way, not just to have a bunch of dead air time. In any case, though, welcome in everyone to the lower bracket semifinals of Snore's Fun Time Tournament. We are in for a treat today. A rematch of two of the smartest Siege players in our server is about to take place. We've got Team Trin versus Team Sare. When we last saw these teams, they were without their full rosters. Each of them had one sub. But that was a 7-3 victory for Trin's team on Bank. Today, though, we are going to be seeing a map that not only our captains are all too familiar with, but the community as well. We're going to be going over to Clubhouse. Trin's team in particular will remember this map, as the last time they were here, it was a 7-4 loss for them to Stinky's team, who we will be seeing later on in the day in the upper bracket finals. Sare's team, though, will be looking to put together 2 wins in a row to secure themselves a spot in the lower bracket finals, inching closer to completing a miracle run that started with them coming into the lower bracket down 0-2, not having won a single game. And that'll take us into round 1, ladies and gentlemen. We will be getting on Church and Arsenal. Usually we're tempted to see a second floor come out from these teams, specifically in the community, but turns out we'll be going to Church Arsenal, seeing what Sare has cooked up for us. As I mentioned, these are two teams, two captains in particular, which are all too familiar with this map. I mean, this is one of the staple maps. I'm sure everyone is trying to get this map every time it's in ranked.
Attackers need to locate and
I'd be
defuse
surprised if we don't see some defensive strats come out of here. Know that the attacks are probably going to be pretty basic. I'd be surprised if we see anything crazy come out, especially from Trin's team, who has seemed to struggle on attack a bit. He mentioned in the last game, after Mike's game in the post-game interview, that his attacks haven't been that good. Previously, when he was on this map against Stinky's team, they were only able to take a single attacking round. So he'll be looking to improve on that. If he can put together 2, that'll be an overall win for his team. To start us off, we will only see Doc on the roam, so not exactly an SSG roam of any caliber. It seems like a pretty basic defensive setup, a bunker down in sight. If anything, it might be on Doc's shoulders to carry the heavy lifting when it comes to the roam game and making sure the attackers can't just take care of sight. We're going to have a player to look out for, though, and that is team captain of this attacking side, Trin. Over 3 games, he already has 43 kills. That, of course, leads the tournament. Close behind is, of course, Jimmy, who we will be seeing later on tonight. 34 kills over 2 games. I'd be surprised if he doesn't have another double kill performance later on tonight. But Trin is who we will be looking at first. And he has been on a tear recently, trying to make his way through the lower bracket yet again. And it's going to be on his shoulders, as most of the attacks usually are. Seems right now, though. Oh. Devil, very close to Epiphany. Epiphany does not know. He's just going to back off, though. Smart by Devil. He doesn't need to commit to this, and I don't think there's anyone on this second floor, so it seems like the defenders are all going to be bunkered down in sight. This is smart. Let the attackers burn the rest of the round, looking for you. Ultimately, though, they will find out pretty quickly that there's no one. Devil, he's getting close to finding people, but he's just not able to connect on anything just yet. A lot of droning coming out from Trin's team, and I like to see that. Ooh, speaking of seeing, Epiphany looks like he's going to be seeing some tracks. This is not going to let him know that Devil's right there, but that drone will. Devil goes prone. Epiphany is not going to be aware of this, but he's still going to be able to shut him down. That's a first entry kill for Epiphany. That's going to be a good one. Sare's team was looking to get entry kills in these previous games, but it looks like Trin's team is going to be the one to start us off with those. Trin, meanwhile, is at the bottom of main stairs, throwing out some shots, and his teammates are going to be opening up the kitchen hatch. See some denial come out, but these Habanas, sooner or later, are going to be enough to open this hatch. The attackers are going to be in a very good spot, up a man, and with some sight control. If you're Doc, you're going to want to stay alive on this Solus, as you cannot just leave this round without contributing something. This is going to be very crucial late game, and I didn't even realize it, but Epiphany is very low health. I'm not sure where this confrontation came from. Trin's going to send his Yana drone in, see if he can collect any intel. He's going to be able to get some, but... Oh! Shim's going to be able to get something of his own. Looks like, no, he's not going to be able to. Doc's able to get away. He knows someone's on the hatch, and H2O's able to shut down Aiden. That's the Dokkaebi. H2O's looking to claim a little bit more. I didn't even realize the time is winding down. Trin's team going to just rush into side at this point. That's all they can do. He's able to find 2 of his own. Is he going to be able to do everything in this round? Sare's going to see what she can do. Doc comes in with the cover. Bomb is going down, though. Trades come out. Epiphany able to take down Doc, and now Sare stuck in the hallway. She's able to find one. Last 2 are going to be in church. Trin and Ian. This is a very formidable duo if ever there was one. And Sare's firing out shots. Doesn't know where anyone is. Is able to find one. That's going to be Trin. Might be the biggest challenge. She's only going to need to find one more, and then it's the bomb. Ian, low health. He must be stressing. Heart is pounding. And Sare's going to inch closer and closer. She's able to find it! That's 3 kills in the clutch for Sare. Round 1 goes to the defensive side, and that's what we like to see starting off on Clubhouse. Sare able to make a miraculous recovery right there and save the round. Looks like the attackers were looking for those 1v1s instead of playing together, and it might have proved to be what won Sare that round. She took 2 separate 1v1s instead of them both guarding the bomb and Sare having to come to them. Great play by Sare there and the gun skill necessary. Wow, what a way to start off tonight. We will now be headed to CCTV cache. So that's where I thought we would go the first round. But Sare's team, after having taken basement, thinks that this site is going to be better than gym bed. Got to agree with him on that. Actually going to be surprised if we do see Sare's team win this round. Are we going to see a stage bar, or are we going to see a gym bed? Neither are too formidable, as once that jacuzzi wall gets open on gym bed, all hell breaks loose, but we'll save that for if we come to it. Right now, we're focusing in on CCTV. We're going to see what this setup is going to look like. It's going to be interesting. Is Doc going to try and bandit trick? Seems like he might be in a good position to, as even though Thatcher and Callie are on the board, we are not going to see them being bought by Trin's side. Instead, I think Aiden's the only person on their side who's going to be able to get stuff off the wall unless you count nading from below. So that'll be the real question of whether or not this round might be going towards the attackers. We see some switches coming out, but none of them are towards any operators that are going to make getting this wall that much easier, as Trin just locks in the sledge instead of Yana. Is going to bring more utility than last round, but I'm not sure how easily they're going to be able to get this wall open. We'll see. I imagine a quick nade from below is all it's going to take, and especially if Doc isn't going to be tricking this wall, and it seems like he isn't, Aiden should be able to get this wall open pretty quickly. And it does not seem like Doc is going to be bandit tricking, so this should be pretty easy for the defenders, but Tony, in the meantime, is going to be able to take down Trin from where? I don't know. Looks like he had an angle into stock and was able to shut down Trin, and that's going to be a huge entry kill, as that has mainly been the attacking side's offense throughout this tournament. Seems like we are now going to be getting the thermite, but the bandit trick does come out. It's successful, and that's going to be huge as the defensive side is starting to cook all of a sudden. This is going to be very, very clutch, but it appears that we may not have any EMPs left, and we do not. It seems like the attackers are going to have to find a different way in. This is looking worse and worse for them. They're going to have to start funneling in through hallways, through corridors, windows. And Sare's team is going to be ready for it as we see H2O on the rafters. This is going to be crucial control that the attackers need to take if they have any hope of trying to take the bomb site, unless they're just hoping to barge in through red stairs, maybe bedroom. We see Shammy outside. Ian, in the meantime, is going to be able to take one. That's going to be evil. Over on Rafters window, we do see that H2O is still on this Rafters. He's going to be holding onto it with his life, but his life is getting shorter and shorter as he's losing health, and the attackers are getting closer and closer to coming in. Aiden's just going to push in, kind of like a Monty. We see some red stairs action go down. Seems like 2 people are going to go down for the orange side, and all of a sudden the round that we thought was looking great for the defenders is looking disastrous. The attacking side is going to push closer and closer. 50 seconds left. Bomb is there, but Sare as she did last round, is going to start clawing things back. Is able to find one onto the Capitao of Epiphany. Seems like Aiden is in. Doesn't have the bomb, though, so he's just going to set down shields. Ian follows in right after. Is Sare going to have the time to commit to this? She's going to find one kill. Is she going to be able to find two? No, she isn't. Ian comes off of the kill. We're going to need to pause after this game. And it looks like we'll do it right now as Aiden able to find Doc. And that'll send us into a pause in order to get this person back into the game. It seems it was Trin that left us almost from Sare. She was doing all she could, but the second that Ian came off that plant, he was able to shut her down. There was two people waiting for her. Oh, sorry, I was just figuring out whether or not I paused it or wasted their timeout. Okay, well. Let me figure out how to tech pause. 1 second. Hold up. I'm struggling right now. Okay, there we go. Had me worried for a second I wasn't going to be able to. Alright. Just going to wait real quick for Trin to get back in here so we can start things up. A pretty hectic first 2 rounds. We've seen a lot of action fly out. Surely I thought with everything that was going the defender's way that round, Sare's team would be able to pick that up, but the kills just started pouring in, and honestly, once you start taking Rafters control, everything starts going your way, and the attackers found that out pretty quickly. Most of the round came from when they took control of those Rafters, finding Devil and H2O, then the rest was pretty much theirs. Looks like we'll be going to Gym Bedroom, as they will not be going back to CCTV cache. This will be interesting, as with all this Thatcher, Flores, Thermite being brought out, it should be very easy to get the utility off the wall. It should be pretty easy for Trin's team to be open to, or to be able to just get in through Jacuzzi, but we're going to have to see other things around the map if they have any chance of pushing into sight. Might see some Logi drop or some cash play. We'll have to find out though. We'll still be waiting on Trin. There he is. Maybe someone watching Trin's stream can let us know how he just dipped out on us like that. Does that mean his stream shut down too? Very interesting. Alright, he will lock in the Yana. As I said, it'll be pretty easy to open this wall. It seems like Trin is going to be the 3-pointed spear, the prong on the pitchfork. He's going to be leading the attack. He's really the only operator they're bringing right now that seems to be aggressive in that mindset. You know, Capitao seems like, and Chami as well on the Flores, seems like they will be supporting the push. Might be up to Trin to find kills around the map. H2O showing us that they're going to have a cache extension. I suspect it will be a similar gym bed setup to what we see normally. No castle, that's normally what I bring personally, but to each their own. Looks like we'll see the majority of the drones going to be on the east side of the building, so might be coming in through CCTV.
5 seconds to insertion.
Pretty easily too, as Aiden is bringing the sledge.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse
They're
it.
just going to be bashing their way in there, seeing what they can find. All 5 people on the east side. Let's make it rather easy for us to find out where things are going down. Oof. Does H2O know just how close it is? He does not, but he'll be out of the room by the time anything major happens. It seems like Sare's going to be the main one to lock things down. That sound cue is going to give away the position of the attackers, but Sare now going to have some backup. H2O's on the door. Tony just pops in real quick, gives her a mute jammer. That'll help with the drones. And this is to help with the nades, as she's not going to be looking to try and get naded through this drone hole. As mentioned, Trin obviously is going to be leading this attack. Oh, but the good nade comes out from Aiden, and that's going to down Sare. She's downed in cash, and now they know where H2O is playing. This is going to make it very risky for him. Is he going to decide to commit to this? Still not knowing where exactly the attackers are. They do have head holes looking into construction, and he's going to try and go for Sare. The sound cue is going to give this away. Trin is there. He tries to take the fight with H2O. Shots are coming out. It's not going to be enough, as Trin is able to claim the kill onto H2O, and Shammy is also able to claim the kill onto Devil. Tony lying down was not able to find that kill. It's going to be Trin, and this attack is pushing further more and more. Doc is going to be the last alive in a 5v1, and he's ever so cornered in a bad spot. Is he going to drop down the hatch? Looks like he's just going to accept his death, and it's going to be Aiden claiming his second of the round. And a very clean attack, if I do say so myself. A flawless round, in fact. As a nice defensive setup, but it seems like Trin's team was very prepared for that. The sledge bot out by Aiden was actually a very good counter. He originally was on the thermite, nope, that was Ian, my bad. But regardless, Aiden bringing the sledge was able to get that nade onto Sare and open that CCTV wall. That was exactly the adaptation that they needed. Looks like now Sare's team is going to go back to Church Arsenal. Makes sense. That's where they won. It's the only time they've won. They're going to be looking to see if they can do it again, though. This time, maybe not relying on a clutch. Trin's team looking good, as this is now their second attack in a row.
Defenders,
officially one more attack than they had against Stinky's team. So, that's progress. But, if you're Trin's side, you're not too comfortable with that, as just one round is going to make it a tied game for Sare's team. So, you're hoping to put together some more. It'd be interesting to see how Sare's team adapts to this, if they do at all. I know that they brought actually, did they bring the Capitao? I mean, the Kaid, my bad. Getting confused with my operators. The Kaid for the Moto hatch last time. We saw that the attackers were going at it, the defenders denying it. But I'm not really sure if there was anyone choosing Kaid for that round. We are, in fact, going to see Doc on this time, and that may prove to be making things a little bit harder for the attackers, but not really, as I see Aiden pick the Dokkaebi, and he's going to bring impact EMPs. It's going to be very clutch. In the meantime, real quick, we're going to follow Trin as I take a sip. My mouth is dry. Also, last week, I was rewatching the VOD, and as I'm rewatching the VOD, the comments are popping up. Dude, Ryan and everyone in the comments, fucking hilarious. Literally had me laughing my balls off at the VOD. All the shit y'all say, like, mid-game, funny as fuck. Alright, though, and that'll take us into the round, as looks like the only roamer is going to be Devil. He's going to be ratting away, like Sare says he likes to do. That's what he's on the team for. He brings it to the defensive side, and it's actually what I think they were missing on that first second floor side, the basement side. Last time they didn't really have anyone up there. Attackers were able to have free control of the map. Trin is going to be pushing closer to Devil, though. Had a Jackal on Epiphany. Very, very crucial, and makes this roaming so hard. All Devil can do is fall away and hope that attackers aren't waiting for him. Drones are following him out too, and Trin is so close to getting in. Finding his death. Trin's so close to finding his death, as he now has been shut down on the roam. Another entry kill for Sare's team. It seems like the Jackal, the drone, none of it mattered. Devil's still able to find a kill. Now he's wasting a huge amount of time. The attackers have to be wary of his presence. They're sending Ian on over to try and find him out. Now, this could be disastrous. But Devil at the moment, not looking, and all of a sudden he has a Dokkaebi call. This is going to be a free kill. Ian is able to shut him down. Devil had no idea where Ian was. He was very quiet, and that Dokkaebi call definitely did not help. Fuse is going to come out from Shammy, but it doesn't seem like it's able to find really anything. Maybe some utility, but no health that we're able to see. Cams are going to be in control of the attackers now, as Aiden was able to get the hack off. Seems like a little over half the round left, almost 30 seconds left, dangerously close to ending. The attackers have not been able to get the hatch. That Kaid has proved very, very useful, and we see Moto is just not going to be gotten right now. I'm not sure Aiden's going to be able to bring it over. Looks like the attacks, again, is going to have to rely on kills. Are they going to be able to do it without Trin again? They were able to first time on second floor, but this is basement, a site that they lost the first time. So, looks like they might lose it again, as H2O is going to be able to find his first of the round. Blue stairs might be a death trap for Epiphany, as he might not even drop down it. Seems like Ian's going to drop down. H2O finds his second. Doc and Sare are going to clean up the rest, though, as a very clean round comes out from Sare's team, and basement seems to be the site they are very comfortable on. That Kaid, a very good adaptation coming out from Doc, and really stalled at the attackers long enough to make them force drop that kitchen hatch. Defenders had the man advantage. They were waiting. We are going to see CCTV cash again. That's with the tied round count. Someone's looking to pull ahead. The question is, who will it be? If second floor last time was any indication, looks like it'll be Trin's team, but I suspect Sare's team is going to bring us something that we didn't see the first time they came here. Or at least a play style that we didn't see the first time they came here. H2O seems to be having himself a pretty good game. 3-3 so far, but the real standout obviously has been Sare. She, the captain of the team, has been up there in kills pretty much every game. It seems like today might be her standout game. It might be the most important game, as whoever loses this game goes home. Winner goes on to the lower bracket finals to face the loser of tonight's game, Jimmy versus Stinky. That'll be a good one. Hard to predict who will be coming out on top in either of these games, as I really feel like now that we have Sare's team with no subs, Trin's team with no subs, we're seeing these rosters at their full potential. Trin's team especially, we have not seen at their full potential at all, as either Epiphany or Aiden have been missing in all three of their tourney games. Sare's team now has their team together for 3 games. I'm sure it'll be nice. Feeling more comfortable with your team. This is 2 weeks in a row, and it's looking really good, as their performance in comparison to their first 2 games has looked astoundingly better. They've really been able to find something that's been able to turn this around, and I think it really has to do with confidence growing, knowing that your ability is there on par with every other team in this tournament. It's just about showing up on the right day, and obviously they've had standout performances by H2O, and looks like today might be Sare's day. Alright. Is Aiden going to be able to get the wall this time? First time they weren't able to. Impact EMPs were not enough. Makes me wonder, you can literally just bring Thatcher. It's not that hard. Sure, that getting the wall open is important, but I am not a player. I am a mere caster, a mere mortal. Judging from afar. I loved when this happened last game, so hopefully it immediately stops this game. Isn't the action more exciting when you can't see it? And we're back! Thankfully. Alright, scares me 2 weeks in a row. I hate when that happens. But, alas, about a minute 30 into the round, halfway through it, and we have yet to see the wall get opened. Really makes you wonder if they had just brought a Thatcher. They will be getting the wall open. Yep, that wall is going to be open halfway through the round. My stubborn self got what he wanted. But Sare's team's also in good position, as no one has lost any players yet. You see Devil down below in lounge, waiting for someone to come in through stock, and H2O on the angle is able to shut down Aiden. A great headshot coming out from the rafters, and it's a very questionable angle if you're an attacker. Rafters is so defender-sided, especially when you got these zombies next to you. Well, my right there, I mean, this is going to be very safeguarded. We're going to see Epiphany encroaching ever closer. These Wamais are not going to be able to catch this out, and Trin might be looking to inch closer too. H2O is going to get the shots out. Epiphany's looking for him. They're both looking for him, but they're not able to find him. This is going to be the majority of the action that's happening. H2O is able to find a second. He's able to find a third! That's going to be 3 people. Garage is his. In the meantime, Doc is able to find Shamey. The last one on rappel is Ian. He's going to get up, and the round has flipped on its head as H2O is having a monster performance yet again. He has started to take over this tournament, and he is putting them on the map. Sare's just going to be able to sit at the window and shut down Ian, and it seems like you are not walking in Garage if H2O is controlling it. 3 kills is all he needs to find 60% of Trin's team. No one's able to get in, and the attack was stalled out from the beginning. We have said before, Trin's team has struggled with attack, but Sare's team, you cannot just sit here and act like they are not putting in the work. They are doing everything. Their utility has been good, and the guns have been firing. This is exactly the type of performance you want to see if you're rooting for Sare's team. 2 weeks in a row, they've been looking better and better. And that's not to disparage Trin's team. They've been looking good too, and they also have a chance to bring it back and send us into a side swap 3-3 as Jim Bedroom, which was a flawless round for Trin's team the first time, will be going back there again. Something tells me probably won't be a flawless round, but any indication of how Jim Bedroom usually goes for the attackers, I imagine we might see similar results. Now, it wasn't Jacuzzi Wall last time. That was what did in the defenders. It was Aiden downing Sare in the cast presence. As once Trin was able to get in there and Aiden was able to down Sare, everything flipped on its head for the defenders. This time, it seems like the adaptation is bringing Amira looking in from Logi into this construction. I like it. But we see nades are being brought out, both by Aiden and by Trin. That's going to make Logi a bit precarious. Are we going to see Devil actually stand and play there? We know Amai is on the board, but with no Jaeger, looks like H-Roll is going to be limited in his selection of spots and where he can throw those. Is he going to throw those in construction? Try and stop them? Is he going to throw those in gym? Or is he going to throw some in Logi to help out Devil? Right now, though, looks like everyone's stacked up. I don't know, that kind of confused me. But no, right now, looks like no one's playing behind the mirror. Walls reinforced, no one on this side of the map though, so it's going to be pretty easy for Ian to just open up this wall. The attackers to push further. Seems like just sitting and waiting right now. Not a defender in sight. No one even as close. I mean, Sare's the closest defender, and that is downstairs in stage. Not sure there's an attacker even close by. So for right now, it seems like it'll be a pretty quiet round, as they'll have all of cash. But Devil is going to be waiting. The wall next to him is going to get opened. Oh, in just a second. But it actually will be at a pretty good angle, and if it's Buck opening it, which it seems to be, this wall next to Devil may be opened pretty quickly too, and this would be a dangerous position, and yep, things are looking uncomfortable. Is this going to be the end of Devil? The first nade misses. Do not tell me he's just going to be able to get away with this. These nades are coming in. None of them are connecting. It's free as fuck for Devil. All he has to do is stand in a corner. There's no intel. You're just throwing nades in there randomly. Trades come out. H2O goes down. Epiphany also goes down as Sare's able to collect that, as she's been able to do all game. Confusing. But Trin, regardless of the lack of nade, is going to be able to take him down with his gun. So, nade misplays don't really matter. So all that matters is that the life is taken down and Logi is free. This also means that if they want to hop in through construction into Logi, they can. But we'll have to see. Only a minute left. Walls are open, and Aiden hops down the wrong window as Sare was watching that, is able to claim her second of the round. Even us out into man count. Trin's drone going to be able to find some intel. Are the attackers going to be able to use any of that to make a push? It seems like all of them are outside. Going to be looking to go in either through Jim Bed. Oh, take that back. Logi. It seems like Trin is in. Ian's position going to be given away by the proxy. Is that Sare watching it? It is. That's going to be her third of the round. As she's inching closer to an ace, she's found her fourth. Is this going to be the ace? Is this going to be what sent us to a 4-2 defensive side? Sare not going to be able to find the ace, but it doesn't matter. Doc is going to be able to find the kill. That's going to be a 4-2 round. I mean, a 4-2 side for the defensive team and Trin's team. Unfortunately, only found one attacking round on their first clubhouse attacking side. Only find two on their second time. Sare's team looking great as she's able to pick up a 4K in the round, and Doc's able to clean up what's left. She almost aced, but alas, they were already in sight. looks like they're feeling pretty comfortable as Doc is going to take out the blitz, and things might start to get spicy as things are feeling looser and looser for Sare's team. They got to be getting comfortable. As I said before, this is a map they know. This is not something that they're uncomfortable on, so that defensive side is to be expected a little bit. This is a defensive-sided map, but let's not discount what Sare's team has been able to do and what they might be able to do on this attacking half. We see Thatcher being brought out by them, and I think that's crucial, as we didn't really see Trin's team bringing out, but we also see them bringing out Jim Bed first, as they're not going basement or CCTV cache. They are going with something more aligned with what I like, which is this castle plays. You know, I respect Aiden for that. I gotta show some love to that. Frost play. Be interesting to see. Maybe they saw something in that last attack of theirs that they'd like to do to Sare's team. Maybe just force Sare's team into an awkward site. We'll see. I'm going to stick with Trin real quick as I give myself a much needed water break.
Located a bomb. 10 seconds left.
Right, Sarah's going absolutely ham sandwich right now. She's destroying Trin's team. 11-3 on the game.
Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb.
Easily looking like her best game of the tournament. It's coming at the right time. Her and her team, as I've mentioned time and time again, starting to piece things together. They're going to be looking to do it for their first attacking side. Now, attacking is something that just in tournaments in general is a little hard to do when you're getting together 5 random people, random in the sense that you're not used to playing with them in a coordinated sense that often. It's going to be a little hard to do attacks, which are pretty much all coordination. So, the question is Sare, with the limited time she's had with her team, been able to cook up something? Looks like it's going to be pretty basic, but wall's going to be opened rather quickly, and Logi Hatch is going to be open. This is a pretty by-the-book attack. A clear. I think Doc is going to be the main catalyst. He's going to be what's leading this attack. They see the Mira. They do have nades for it, H2O, but I imagine Shammy might have a Wamai nearby in order to at least take one of those. Yep. See the attackers just biding their time. Defenders too, holding tightly. No one is even coming close to really being inside the map. It's the closest one is Tony over at Jacuzzi. As I say that, of course, Caster, Jinx, we see Sare and H2O enter into CCTV. This is where Trin's going to have to shine right here. So they're going to be able to open up this door rather easily. Oh, nope. Seems like this Doc on Blitz is going to be exactly what Trin is not expecting. Easily being able to take him down, exactly what the attackers needed to do. Doc should have led that attack, he did, and that's going to be able to easily get them to entry kill, something that Sare was looking for last game. With that entry kill, what are they going to be able to do? Are they going to be able to convert it into a round win? Not just yet, as it seems like Ian on the mute is going to be able to take someone down from the Mira. Doc is in a bad spot as the C4 comes out, but it does not connect. Doc, oh, and it seems like Mira was blind, but as Doc gets the kill, Aiden trades it out. Shambi goes down, but H2O also goes down into a frost mat. Things are getting chaotic. Seems like Shambi's able to be gotten, but Aiden goes down right afterwards. The shield blocks the kills from being down. H2O is able to be finished by Shammy. 3v2, effectively a 2v2, unless they're able to get him down. Seems like they will be able to, as the attackers are not going to be able to push forward into this. Sare does not know just how close someone is on the window. They're just going to play their life. They move past, but she doesn't know. She can't get that kill. It's going to be Shammy. Shammy runs out the window. Sare was expecting it. Sare shuts him down. I just said Sare. Doesn't matter. Sare shuts him down. In the meantime, Tony's going to get the bomb down. Sare is covering. Ian doesn't do anything. It's going to be Aiden, the one to claim the kill. Sare's just going to wait it out. There isn't much she can do. The Frostmat claims her in what was a very chaotic, hectic round. Ends up going the way of the defenders as those trap operators, the Frost. I mean, that's what hectic attacks are made for. Made for defenders just sitting and waiting. Fall into our arms. We'll take a pause right there, and none too soon. Does this mean... Oh, I think he's restarting. My bad. Are we restarting the lobby? people would have thought, especially looking at the overall round count of the game. And she's correct. Against Trin, they tied 2-2 in entry kills, and aside from that game against Stinky's team, where they just got mollywopped, I mean, that's, you know, in terms of stats, that's an abnormal game. But against Walter's team, they also went 7-7 in entry kills. So, it'll be interesting looking back on the stats of this game, how they fared, but it seems like those entry kills that Sare were looking for have proved to be useful, as they've still got the lead. We saw Trin's team the last round, what, 15 minutes ago? Headass, I know. But we saw them last take Gym Bedroom. They're now going for a more traditional church arsenal defense. Ooh, and we might see a bit of roam coming out here. I don't know. It seems like Trin could either play from below, trying to deny something, or he could play with Epiphany above. Epiphany, though, seems to be the main roamer for this defensive side right now. We're just going to be locked in on everyone. Oh, is this a Virtus Pro skin? He's not going to stop running. And I don't think it is either, so... It tells me Aiden's not rocking the VP skin like that. Sorry about that. I don't know. I think that's exactly what I needed. A break. I'm rejuvenized. Yep, I think I used that word correctly. I'm ready to get back into the action.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Ooh, and this drone, very well placed. Now, that was something that me and Trin were pointing out last week with Sare's team. Trin's team as well, good with the drones. Sare's team is not to be messed with. They have always been good with drones, any team that she's on. So they're going to be well covered on their flanks. It seems like Trin is not going to be playing from below, like I had thought maybe. He is going to be playing from above on this roam with Epiphany. Epiphany is going to be playing the first floor, so it seems like his job is to patrol the first floor, and they're just going to fall off. Trin came prepared with some strats. Something more Pro League-esque, and thank God he dipped off that window. All 5 of the attackers were just sitting and waiting. Trin is going to be able to relay to his team that it's a complete dirt push. This Dokkaebi call is going to point that out, and oh my goodness, H2O is in, the blitz comes out, one goes down, Doc's able to claim it. There's another person in sight, and Trin is looking for anyone. He's going to be able to get shut down, though, as Blitz not only comes up to him, but Diva was waiting for him, too. This attack is the rush that they were looking for, and we were wondering whether or not this Blitz was going to be able to do something on a site that wasn't Gym Bed. It looks like the answer is yes. They're able to get in there and get out with a win in very quick time. Did not matter that Trin knew that all 5 people were coming in through dirt. Once Doc gets in running with his Blitz, there is nothing you can do. And the defense slowly started to fall apart. Sare's team is going to get ever closer to that match point, that nefarious match point. This is a team that started the tournament 0-2. They came to the losers bracket, not having won a game last week was their first win of the tournament with their full team. They come back this week with the same exact roster, and they are 2 rounds away from pushing themselves to the lower bracket finals, waiting for the loser of tonight's game. Are they going to be able to do it? We'll see, as Trin's team is going to take us to Church Arsenal yet again. He, in fact, is not going to go Solus. He is going to opt for Jaeger. Seems like Epiphany is going Oryx, no Vigil. I'm actually surprised that they haven't decided to adapt to the Warden just yet.
Attackers need to locate and
It's on the board. It's there for them. And with the way that Doc has pushed in to Cash to take down Trin, and then just pushed into Armory right there. Not sure who was able to take down first, but his pushes have been exactly how you'd want to see a Blitz be used. I pointed out last week in their game how he was using the Ying, how he was using the Blitz, and the fact that I didn't feel like Sare's team was getting the most out of their utility in that game. This game, it's the complete opposite. We've seen Doc really get the most out of his utility on Blitz, but also on the defensive side, we've seen Sare's team get the most out of the utility in their adaptations. They have truly been making the turnaround that you want to see as a tournament team. I suspect, though, that Trin's team is not done fighting just yet. And they're going to have to if they have any hope of moving on to the next round. And it's all going to start with this round, with this attack. All 5 people spawning in on the south side, opting to go to the roof, all except Devil, that is. Not really going to be anyone there for him. We'll step out of the third-person view real quick. We see Epiphany on this roam. Where's Trin? Okay, so Trin's going to be playing in blue stairs. So Epiphany truly is, it seems like, the only person off-site. And I'm not really sure I like this as Sare's team. It doesn't feel like it's just going to send one person after another if they find out Epiphany is here. Now, I guess that is the question, though. If they find out he's here, if no one is able to find him out, he may be able to sneak some kills away. But we'll see. He is going to hear the Blitz stomping around. Is he going to be able to take the fight onto this, though? I don't think so. And he's just barely not going to have the angle. He's going to need to drop down there if he wants to take the fight, but I don't imagine he does. And it seems like the defenders have a pretty good idea of where he is, as Devil now starts to inch up closer on main stairs. This proxy alarm didn't give away his position. That camera sure did, but it doesn't matter one bit, as H2O was able to shut down Epiphany as he drops down the hatch. Was not aware of them, or maybe he shot up from the hatch. It looks like he might have. Expecting another. H2O continues his streak of good games, good rounds, as he's able to find the entry kill for Sare's team. That's going to be good standing for them. The rest of the defenders are just going to wait. And the attackers are going to be able to get this open pretty easily, I would imagine. Oh, I say that, but H2O did not bring hard breach charges, so they really are relying on Sare right now to do all of the heavy lifting. Aiden sees the blitz, spots him out. He's gonna do some, but isn't able to do too much. This is gonna be very sketchy very soon. Aiden, hello, get out of here, get out of here. Surely you would think someone on the defensive side is waiting for him, and it seems they were, but he's able to get away with his life. It's not looking great for the defenders, though, as the attackers are getting closer and closer to sight. They're gonna soon have both kitchen hatch if they don't already. They certainly already have moto hatch. I think so. They do not have it yet, but they're going to be looking good. Only problem is, though, time is winding down. Less than 30 seconds left. And it seems like Devil is going to be doing most of the heavy lifting, as in Blue Pit. He's taking the fight onto Trin. Trin's able to shut him down, though. Seems like we now shift onto Aiden, who's going to be defending Moto. He might be able to shut down one, but if there's two pushing and he can't get both, Trin does, though. Trin gets both. There's only two people left. Sare's able to find Aiden. She's now looking to find both. Trin's able to find four, though. Is he able to find the last? No, he's not. Doc's able to find one more, but the round ends. And all these 4Ks, they don't want to see me ace. They don't want to see me cast an ace. I'm getting denied these 4Ks the same way Trin and Sare are. But wow, they are really putting on for their team. As I said, Trin is not going to let his team go out slowly, go out with a whimper. And he does everything he can that round, puts together 80% of the kills. That'll push us one round closer to a 5-5 even game. Question is, though, how can Sare's team respond? Trin is now going to opt to go to CCTV cache. They won on Gym Bed, but they're not going to go there just yet. They're going to go somewhere more traditional. And Sare's team is hoping to respond. Now, I honestly thought that they were looking pretty good, but Trin started holding down Blue like no other. Finding not just Devil, but that whole line of sight over into Moto claimed the lives of two the attackers
need to locate and
who were not prepared, as both him and Aiden were firing. So they're fighting between two angles. It's going to be hard to find the kill. It's going to be hard to look both ways.
Attackers have located the
Right.
bomb.
We'll see real quick who on this defensive side we trying to do what. It seems like I like this setup. We'll be having some Raptors play out by a zombie, bringing a zombie and Wamai over to the second floor. Defense by this point is just, it's a must. And we'll see how well Epiphany or Trin can play this position, whoever opts to do it, as H2O was able to do it so well. Gonna need to see some mimicry coming on. Bringing out the Goyo is going to be interesting. I'm not sure where he's put those down just yet. Alright. Some pretty familiar positions. Seems like we may have one attacker not with us. Oh, just Sare on the roof. Alright, other than that, they are going to be able to spot out what's going on, and we're going to take a zoom real quick into the action right here. Doc opting for the Monty instead of the Blitz. I like this, as it feels like Monty is going to be more useful on this site than a Blitz would be. It's going to be interesting to see, though, how Sare's team fares with one less gun. You know, you don't want Doc to be the last alive. It seems like H2O is going to be entering in behind him. That could be a pretty good nade, but I'm not sure anyone's going to be able to get it. Ooh, that is nice, as the Azami plate is going to prevent Doc from going up. He's going to take some shots, and Trin is going to take some, fire some, I mean, onto H2O and shut him down. Monty just really going to be able to only stand there. As we saw that Trin was able to take down H2O from rafters. I think he was also looking at where Shammy was down below. We are going to see some garage pressure, as now garage wall is going to be opened by the hard breach charge, I imagine, of Sare. But a little over half the round gone. Looks like the attacks are stalling out. Not exactly what Sare's team wanted. This is why they were looking for those entry kills. They were afraid that if not, they would end up stalling out and end up having to funnel in through positions, which lead to those round losses that you just look back on and you're like, if we had done this one thing differently. And ultimately, I'm sure it's what they feel like they've been doing so well recently. Not getting stuck. It seems like they have been right now, though. That's with just 50 seconds left. They're no closer to getting into sight and doing anything. Doc is now taking control of rafters, but Trin was able to shut down Devil on the Thatcher. He drops into garage, but Sare was waiting for him. He did not know she was there. That's going to allow Doc to take complete control of rafters. We see Tony dip off. He's going to. But with man advantage and time so low, this Goyle is going to make it even lower. Seems like this is all but a defender win. If there is someone that can do it, though, it's going to be Sare. She has been absolutely crucial for this side. We've already seen a clutch come out from her. We'll see what Doc can do, though, as he's not going to have the bomb. He's just going to be able to provide intel. Maybe he can throw up his shield and hit someone, but oh no. It seems like a lot of chaos is going to ensue, and I'd be surprised if the bomb goes down. In fact, it doesn't, and Ian is able to claim the last 2 kills. That's going to tie us up at a 5-5 round count. And we see a lot of hecticness going on right here. I mean, there was only so much Sare could do. Repelled right there, holding her angle, and especially being aware that someone could run out from secret window. Checking my phone, it does not seem like a timeout is going to come out from anyone here. And even so, I'm not really sure I would know how to give them a timeout. I think they have to request it. That's not the point, though. The point is, I do feel like something needs to happen. As we've seen, 3 of the last 4 rounds have gone to Trin's team. They are taking momentum further and further away from Sare's team. It's slipping out of their grasp. Thankfully, Sare's team is not in an uncomfortable situation. They have seen this before. They went to OT just last week, and that's where they were able to beat Walt's team 8-6. This is a bit of a different beast, though, as this is a different team, this is a different map, and these are different circumstances. You know, you've already won 1 game. You're hoping now that you can put together 2. You've got some expectations behind you. They might not think so, but I certainly do. As this team, I feel like on the defensive side, has really shown us a lot. But, as I mentioned before, attacking is just a struggle with most tourney teams. And that has been the theme here.
Bomb located by attackers.
We'll throw that up for the people. Trin having a monster performance ever since we came back from the rehost. 7-2 right now. Be very interested to see what his kill count is overall. We'll need to take a look at that. I'd imagine sooner or later he might be close to 60, especially if he's getting to 17.
5 seconds to go.
60 kills over 4 games. That's quite the impressive achievement.
Attackers are moving.
Sare's team's looking to stop what feels like this behemoth force. Sare correctly points out Trin plugged in his Zim or what? It feels like that. It feels like that after this side swap. I mean, after this rehost. He's come to play. Really decided he was not going to let his team just waste away. He was not going to let them fall into the abyss. The words are stumbling from my mouth the same way that Sare's team is kind of stumbling through these attacks. And hopefully, just like me, they can put together something coherent and improve upon what they've previously done. Oh no, though. Wait, how did this even happen? Uh-oh. I think we know how. Alright, that's not what you're going to be looking for if you're the defensive side. You're going to have your mute playing on that mirror, such low health. Just the little fragments of a grenade are going to be able to take him out. Doc is pushing forward. This time it does not work out though, as Epiphany not only adapts to the Warden, but they're watching that angle. Doc not going to be able to get in there for free. The defense is looking better and better. Just going to sit there and bide their time though. C4 comes out, not going to find anything. Devil finally going to give us a response that we're looking for onto Epiphany of the Warden. Not going to do too much though, as Smokes... Oh, I think Devil saw someone, and he's just going to be holding his angles tightly. Might be able to communicate that to someone else, but he's not going to be able to do anything other than communicate. He's just going to sit and wait and hope that Aiden peeks or walks into his line of sight yet again. We see Trin below the hatch. He's watching the window. Now this is where he might be able to get a kill onto Devil if they have not drone this out properly. And time's winding down. I do like where the attackers are. With a minute left, they have some decent control, and they're going to be able to get this mirror open. Jacuzzi wall is open. Tied man advantage. As long as they spot out where Trin is, this should be a winnable round for them. Especially with Aiden and Ian taking some damage. No one on the attacking side having lost a speck of health. Oh no. We see Devil inching closer.
Swapping mags.
It's going to be Ian right here. The shotgun is not going to be it. Interesting play on the Thatcher, but it isn't going to matter. It is going to work. And Devil gets closer and closer. He doesn't realize that someone's on the bomb. He does see Trin rotating up through main stairs, though. He's able to shut him down. Able to finish off the kill onto Aiden. The only person left in the bathroom is Shammy. And that's all it's going to be. Sare able to claim the last kill. It started falling apart there at the end as Sare's team took the control that they needed to. Once Logi was taken by Devil, though. I mean, what else can you do? He caught Trin rotating up main stairs, and Trin was pretty much going to be the focal point of that clutch if there was one, as he would have had to shut down Devil and the rest of the attackers trying to come through bedroom door. As we saw there, Devil was very prepared for that, and that's going to be exactly what they need. One round away, ladies and gentlemen, as we head over to match point. Now, if you're Trin's team, the pressure is officially peaking right now. You have only one round to prove whether or not you're going to be able to advance to the next round. Screw that, whether or not you're going to be able to go to OT. Right now, Sare's team's positioning themselves to face our loser of tonight's game. But we'll have to find out. There's only one round separates OT
Defenders, protect
to
your
someone
bombs
going
from
home.
being defused by attackers.
Alright, what could be the last round of the game, we are going to be seeing a basement defense come out from Trin's team. This was something that they previously found success on, with Trin getting a 3K all in blue pretty much, either with the kills happening there or where he was positioned to find the kills. We see Doc is bringing this blitz again. He's hoping that it's going to work the same way it did last time, rushing into Armory. Surprising though that Epiphany doesn't bring the Warden, as last round we saw it work against the blitz, but he's opting not to bring it again. He's going to go on to the Oryx. Took me a second there to remember that. I was about to call him Blitz. Epiphany, actually, will be our co-caster for tonight's game against Jimmy and Stinky. He has so graciously offered to join me. I know it is a bit different doing a solo cast or hearing a solo cast as opposed to what we're accustomed to, which is like 2 or 3 people. But I mean, if you've been in for one of the 10-mans I've casted, it's more of the same, I feel like. So, only thing is, we've actually got some stakes here. We're not talking about 10-man bragging rights. We're talking about tournament bragging rights. We're talking about people being able to talk some shit and say, I'm better than you. We played a full game that mattered, and my team was better than your team. I had the better strats. Trin's team really hoping that Clubhouse isn't where it all ends, as they've already lost here before, but hoping not to do it again. Sare's team as well, hoping to take some sweet, sweet revenge, and their attack is coming along smoothly so far, as this hatch is going to be able to get opened very quickly, regardless of the fact that Aiden is Kaid. Of course, I did not see what went into that, so I could not tell you whether or not that was Aiden's fault. I doubt it was. It seems like with Thatcher on the board, there's just only so much you can do. And Epiphany is really going to be in a tight pickle right now, as Devil is going to give all the calls to the attacking side as to where he is. Are they going to be able to find him out? So it looks like Sare and Devil are... No, not Devil. Looks like Sare and H2O are over towards this side. And Epiphany, please do not go into CCTV. You don't know what's waiting for you. We see Sare here just waiting for anyone. She's going to hop off that, and rightly so. The attackers just going to move along with their push. Epiphany will come when he comes. I think they're prepared for him. H2O slowly going to start to make his way down the main stairs. We see Ian at the bottom of the main stairs waiting for this. That's really all. No one in Moto. Hatch is open, so we now have both hatches opened. Minute left in the round, and the pressure is building. Is Sare's team going to be able to take revenge for their game against Trin's team on bank? Are they going to be able to push forward into the loser bracket final? We will all find out when the bullets start flying and a confrontation is moments away from happening, as we see Doc on the blitz just so close. Aiden is holding right there, and it seems like the first bullets will come out. It's going to be Sare, able to find the entry kill onto Epiphany. Is that going to start the domino effect? It doesn't seem like it is going to just yet, as Aiden was able to find the kill onto Doc. I'm not sure if he knows, though, that there's people in Moto. It's going to be Tony. Seems like the rest of the attacking side is going to push down the main stairs as well. Sare able to shut down Aiden. That's going to be a very crucial kill, as he was playing behind that bar wall and holding off everything. It seems like it's now going to be up to Trin, Shammy, and Ian to do the rest of this attack. Ian has a great angle, able to shut down one. Sare, though, was able to find a trade. Trin able to find one of his own. It's a 2v2. Clock is winding down, though. Can Devil get the bomb down? It's going to be up to Trin and Ian. Trin just firing hopelessly, though. I'm not sure they know exactly where it is. And oh no, Sare is able to find the quad kill. Are we going to see an ace? Are we going to see a victory? Sare and Devil just have to hold steady, and Ian's able to find one. He's able to find two! He's gonna send us to OT! As Sare not only gets denied the ace, but she gets denied the victory, as Ian's able to find both of them in the last seconds of this OT, and of this regulation round, and we, ladies and gentlemen, are going to OT. In case you can't tell, my blood pressure is rising. Things are tense, and I cannot remember what I am saying from moment to moment, as things are getting more and more hectic. Jesus Christ. Time was winding down. Devil was able to get the bomb down. Trin gets shut down, but it's not enough. Ian was there, and he's able to not only deny Sare's clutch ace, but able to shut down Devil, unfortunately, for Sare's team. And if you're Trin, you have got to be breathing a heavy sigh of relief. That surely looked like it was going Sare's way. She was bullets away from revenge. But Ian says, not today. I was about to say, Ian says, not today, monsieur, like a French thing. But, yeah, he's not French, so. I don't know. You get why I waited after the fact to say that. And wow, that has got my blood pumping, and I can't help but be a little excited. I've got to stay moving right now, as there is literally no way I can sit still. My adrenaline is through the roof after that last round. Sare's team is just cursed with OT, as they are unfortunately going to be back here again 7 days later. They're back to OT. Are they going to have the same amount of success, though? An 8-6 victory coming their way? Or is Trin's team going to be able to find some success in OT? We'll find out. We're going to be going back down to the site where it all just happened a few moments ago.
10 seconds left.
It's the star of the round, Ian.
5 seconds left.
I mean, look at him. He had a great angle onto main stairs right there that the attackers were not checking. Allowed him to pick up one, but the two most important kills obviously were the last two. Gotta commend Sare, though. She is really doing everything she can right now. She has at least got to have over 18 kills by this point. A very valiant performance. She's looking to get 20. Something that she was not allowed to do in the tournament long ago, thanks to someone we will not mention his name, Cosmic. See if Sare is able to get 20 this time. Doesn't have the Canadian redhead to stop her this time. In fact, no Canadians at all, I think. Should be in good shape. They're going to start their attack, doing what they normally do, getting this hatch open very quickly. This is why you bring Thatcher, in my opinion. I think it's made their attacks a whole lot quicker in terms of getting these hatches open, getting these walls open, as opposed to just bringing one set of impacts on Osa. But each has their own philosophy, and as we see, it might end up in a 4-2 side for, or it did end up in a 4-2 side for both teams, so shows what I know. Need to take a step back real quick to see how close we are to something actually happening. It seems like very close, as, yep, droning proof superior, and H2O is just going to take some shots to the wall and find Shammy. Sare's team is not to be messed with. You've got to assume you're being watched. Be ready to fall back. This team drones, okay? They drone well. You're not just going to be able to rat away more often than not. At least not anymore, as ever since they've been able to put this full team together, things have been looking good. See how much effect last round had on them. It doesn't look like it had too much effect so far, as H2O was able to find the entry kill. But a minute left. Both hatches open. Seems like every hatch open, in fact. Blue too. Trin's team is just going to be biding their time. Most of their defensive wins on this basement side have just come from sitting and waiting. It seems like H2O is taking some shots onto Aiden. He doesn't receive any back. So Aiden is going to have to be a little bit more careful about how he decides to approach this now, especially with people above this motor hatch. Sare and... no, not Devil. Sare and Tony dropping in. Tony holding for Sare. We're going to see Aiden cook a C4. Poor Ian goes down. Epiphany, though, in good hands, able to take down one. Aiden C4 claims nothing. He does hear the drop, though. Shots come out. Tony's able to shut him down, though, and this is not looking good, as Trin now has to shut down everyone. He's not able to find anyone, though, as Devil was able to find one. Gets shut down immediately by Epiphany, who finds his second on the round. Seems like H2O goes down too, but Sare plays close to the wall, and that's all she needs to do. Was not what Epiphany was expecting. And she shuts down that clutch attempt real quick, puts us onto an overtime match point. Wowza. Gotta look back on that round and wonder, what if Ian is still there? Now, we didn't get to see it, but I imagine, even if you watch Trin's stream, I'm probably sure you'll hear some comms, but if I had to take a guess, I imagine he's probably trying to make a line of sight on some low health, ultimately ends up impacting himself and killing himself, but with Ian there, you'd gotta imagine it go a little bit smoother. They just did not have the manpower to stop anyone right there, and Sare played that very well, as Aiden was almost able to take her down. Tony provided some good cover. Not really sure where H2O went down. If he was like shot by a teammate, or because I did not see Epiphany like shoot him or anything, flick on him.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Maybe one of the defenders brought him down before, what's it called? I was able to pay attention. Alright, well, 3 rounds in a row, third time's the charm, as every team is going to go down here. It seems like we're just destined to possibly end the match here, as this is now going to be Sare's, Trin's team's final chance possibly to bring this back. We saw what happened when they were on regulation regulation match point, how they were able to claw it back into OT. They're going to need to do the same on this site, able to put us into OT match point.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Not really sure that that the side is going to make too much of a difference. As Sare's team, we see only won 2 attacks and then was able to win that attacking round just last round. So I don't know. I mean, obviously they did look pretty good in their very last regulation attack. Just barely missed out on the victory, so it's to be expected. You know, not surprising necessarily that they were able to put together the win last round, but just goes to show that what happens in regulation doesn't necessarily mean that's carrying over to OT. So does that mean that Trin's team is going to be able to do the same thing? Put a third attack onto the board? They're surely hoping so, and Devil is going to be looking to stop them. He's got some Fen rear gadgets placed around. About to call him Phoenix. This Jackal by Epiphany has really done a good job of finding where the defenders are. It's going to find where Devil is, and this is going to cause him to move. It's kind of been hit or miss, though, I feel like, on whether or not it's resulted in kills, like, based solely off of the position. As we saw last time that Devil got tracked, he actually was able to find the kill. And in fact, he might be able to do the same thing yet again. Trin is pushing closer too, so looking at some of the same things. Dokkaebi Call comes out, Trin's pushing closer towards him. Epiphany gets caught in a reload though, and that might be disastrous. As Epiphany pushed into CCTV on the reload and Devo was aimed down his sights. Trin is now going to have to push. Nope, he doesn't. He just backs off. Devo is off site. Don't have to worry about him, or so he thinks. The attackers though are in a pretty bad position, as it seems like Sare's team time and time again has been able to find that entry kill. That's going to be something that we're asking about after this game. The question is it going to result in a round win? Is that going to convert? Are going to be able to get the hatch open. The rest of the defense is just going to sit and bide their time. I mean, they know what comes next, but that is not what you want to be doing if you're Doc. He swings out brazenly in front of Trin, and Trin does not need much space. He finds his first of the round. Devo finds his second, though, as he's able to find Ian. Aiden, watching Lounge, is just going to drop Moto. Sare's able to find Trin. Looks like things might be wrapping up, and Sare is 1 kill away from getting her revenge and moving on to the lower bracket finals. And it seems like they've been able to do the impossible. What started off with 0 wins so far puts them 2-2, and they are 1 step closer to getting us, or pushing themselves, I mean, to a championship. As we see Trin leave.
10 seconds remaining.
He did all he could, a very valiant effort through this rehost, but it's not going to be enough. Sare was better in this match, and her team was better overall, as she's able to put it together. Ladies and gentlemen, they are your winners of the lower bracket semifinals. We will be looking forward to their interview later, and especially forward to their match against either Jimmy or Stinky. Could we be looking at a potential rematch as Sare claims revenge against each team that she's come across? Or we're going to be seeing a completely new matchup altogether as Sare's team faces Jimmy's squad. We'll find out in just a little bit, about an hour and 30 minutes. And we are going to bring in Sare and Trin, possibly. We'll start with Sare. But we're going to bring in her in just a moment. I need to create a party first. Is it going to let me invite Sare? Oh, actually, might be able to do play together. Yep, look at that. All right. We're going to start by getting Sare in here. Yep, just making sure I did create a party. And wow, I must be I mean, what's it called? An OT magnet. That's 2 games in a row, OT. I think that's 2 games in a row. We've seen Sare's team pull it out 8-6, and Sare, hello.
Hi, was it just you casting?
It was.
Oh, no buddy for you?
Not today. But today you were able to pull out the victory. Last week when we talked, you mentioned how the #1 thing you were focused on headed into today's game was that entry stat. I think it's clear to say that you won that in today's game. What's changed recently that's allowed y'all to see success that you weren't previously seeing in this area?
I honestly don't know. It could just be that we've played with each other a bit more now, so we're kind of used to each other's play styles. I've kind of told each individual person what needs like the most work, like what for them to work on. And then I've tried to step my micro IGLing back a lot, so everyone's getting to play their own game. So I think all of that kind of put together has helped us just figure out how to win games now.
And you particularly, I think it's easily fair to say, this is your best game of the tournament. What came to you in this game that you felt like was kind of missing in these other games?
Well, I get to focus more on just me when I don't have to pay attention to what everyone else is doing. So I get to just focus on my utility, my angles, what I'm pushing. That makes fragging way easier because I'm doing the job of one person instead of trying to do the jobs of 5.
Absolutely. And last week you also talked about how you liked Border because it didn't force y'all to rely on utilities and instead you were able to go for more ones. This time though you opted up going for Clubhouse, which isn't more of a ones focused map. We do see it more the utility side. What changed? You feel more comfortable on utility now that you've put together 2 wins in a row?
Well, I had a big advantage over Trin going to Clubhouse because I've seen his team play on Clubhouse. So I knew how to attack most sites, like where their weaker spots were,
Mm-hmm.
mainly for basement. I knew that against Stinky's team, they did that big SSG roam, and I knew we would thrive if we just rushed. And then that threw them off, and it just made it easier to kind of dismantle their basement hold. And since we did so well on defense, which club you're gonna do better on defense usually, because it's usually defender sided.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew we just had to win like our basement attacks, and that should be good enough. And if we could pull out a CC or a gym attack, that would be great. I wanted to bring Monty for CC, which didn't end up working any time we did it because I thought it would kind of throw them off and do something they weren't expecting.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it just ended up working out.
Right. And my last question, you've won 2 games in a row now. You're on to the lower bracket finals to face the loser of Jimmy versus Stinky. Is there a confidence building within y'all's team that you can make this run to the finals a reality? And what started to change just overall as a team as you've gotten deeper into this tourney?
I don't know if it's confidence so much as just we're just happy to be here. Like we looked at this game as a win-win no matter what. If we win, we get to play some more, and if we lose, then we don't have the stress of the tournament anymore. So, like now that we're gonna go against Jimmy or Stinky, I think it'll probably just be the same thing. Like we're kind of just playing to have fun and not really playing to like sweat or like win per se. And I don't remember what your second question.
No, I was just, I think it was, what did you feel like has allowed you guys to get better and better throughout the tournament? Is it just the fact that you've been able to have some cohesion playing together?
Yeah, I think it's just that we've played more together. We came at a disadvantage. Like me and 20 had an advantage because we play ranked together, but it was also a huge disadvantage because we've only played ranked together. So we're not really used to playing without our set rank stack and our structured play style. So we had to get used to that, and that's why think was a big problem with 20 underperforming in the earlier games.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I think it was just like playing together, figuring out what kind of play style works the best for each one of us and how to mesh it all together. And I think we figured it out during Walter's versing Walter's team, and then it really feels like it's shown through today because I don't think anyone on my team expected to win this game.
And it seems like you were the main catalyst as the stats have come back, and you ended up dropping 24 kills overall. Cosmic could not stop you this time.
I finally have beaten my record of 19, and I finally got 20. That's all I've ever
24
wanted.
on an important game. Well, Sarah, thank you very much, not just for the entertaining game, but for coming by to answer the questions.
Of course,
I
thanks for
appreciate
casting
it.
it.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Later.
Later. Just going to confirm real quick whether or not we're bringing Trin in for the interview. I'm going to be honest. I don't really have too much to say. I feel like it's kind of hard to think of like a bunch of questions to ask like someone who just lost. Like I was sitting there before the game thinking about, what I could ask, and I'm like, yeah, if either of these teams loses, it's going to be hard kind of like figuring out like what exactly is going to, what's going to happen. What do I ask? What is there going to be to ask? I was hoping maybe something could happen within the game that would like give me some idea, but no. I've got like 3 questions. So if he doesn't come by, I'm not going to be like upset about that. We can just end it right here. I certainly wouldn't be upset. And I'll just give it like an extra 30 seconds or so. See if he'll respond. In the meantime, though, I hope everyone's going to get ready for tonight's game. I really feel like we're in for a treat, especially if this game was any indication. We're looking at Jimmy and Stinky's team, 2 teams who are 2-0, who have insane fraggers and some loaded lineups. I think we're really in for a treat, and I'd be surprised if we don't see a close game happen in that, too. Jimmy, of course, is going to be looking to try and top Trin's performance overall in the tournament and maybe try and top Sare's performance today. Not sure, I'd need to check. I think it might be tied with Walter, but there's a possibility that Sare is tied or has the most amount of kills so far in this tournament for a single game. I'll need to double check that. All right. Well, I definitely don't blame him, and I need to go prep for the next game, start writing some questions, start doing some research, writing the script. I will see you all at 7 o'clock, wherever it is that we end up. It seems like we'll be going to Oregon. No sweat. Trin's not home. All right. We will be wrapping it up here, and it looks like I said, we will be going to Oregon. This is going to be fun. Me and Epiphany, 7 o'clock, Oregon. You guys be there. Thank you, everyone.